Elara stood amidst the rubble, her eyes scanning the horizon for signs of life. The wind whispered through the hollowed out buildings, carrying with it the faint scent of burnt wood. Clad in a tattered cloak, she was a solitary figure in a world that had forgotten the warmth of the sun.
This town used to be vibrant.
Elara murmured to herself, her voice barely rising above the whispering wind. She kicked at a charred piece of wood, sending a small cloud of ash into the air. Elara's gaze caught the glimmer of light, and curiosity tugged at her. She approached the structure cautiously, her heart pounding with each step. Pushing aside the vines, she discovered a narrow entrance leading into the depths below.
What could be down there?
She wondered aloud, her hand brushing against the cold stone. Without hesitation, she descended into the darkness, driven by an inexplicable hope. Elara entered the chamber, her eyes widening at the sight of the books. She ran her fingers over their spines, feeling the weight of history beneath her touch. These were the stories of her ancestors, the last remnant of a lost world.
These could reignite everything.
She whispered, her voice echoing softly. The flickering candle seemed to agree, casting a warm glow that chased away the shadows. Elara sat at the table, the weight of her decision pressing heavily on her shoulders. She could leave the books to gather dust once more, or she could risk everything to share their knowledge with the world.
I can't let it end like this,
she declared, her voice filled with resolve. The flickering flame seemed to leap in agreement, a tiny beacon of hope in the surrounding darkness. Elara moved with purpose, her hands deftly wrapping the books in worn cloth. She could almost feel the whispers of her ancestors urging her on, their stories yearning to be told once more.
This is just the beginning,
she said, stepping back into the open air. The world around her was still grey and unforgiving, but in her heart, the ember of hope burned brightly. Elara looked back at the ruins one last time, a faint smile playing on her lips. With the book secured in her pack, she turned her gaze toward the horizon, where the sun began its ascent.
There's a future yet to be written,
she thought, her step steady and sure. The last ember of a forgotten world had not faded. It was ready to ignite a new chapter.